I will tell you, many years ago, I was working, I wasn't working here, I was working in my first jobs, and I did a travel show. And one of the places I went to was Europe, and I went to Paris. I had a great time in the city, but I had an even better time out in the countryside, because if you go out into the French countryside, it is littered with gorgeous little cottages, vineyards, and lavender. Lavender is everywhere, and this is the most popular variety in Europe. Is this lavender, and it is called dwarf blue lavender. They are the most lovely spikes of blue flowers. You are going to get 1, 2, 3 plants. They grow about a foot or so high. They will open up to about 30 inches as far as how wide they go. And let me just tell you, I'm sure you know what lavender smells like, but when you take the leaves of lavender and rub it between your fingers, it's amazing.
Come on.
You know what? And this is a God's honest truth.
I believe you.
I make candles, right?
Yes.
You probably know that.
Yeah.
My next one is going to be a lavender candle.
Oh, yeah.
And I am actually going to use fresh lavender leaves in the candle,
Yep,
along with some lavender oil, and probably do like a lavender eucalyptus or a lavender mint candle. Guys, you will love this. They will perfume your entire neighborhood.
And you know what is so delicious for us to smell?
Yeah.
The insects don't like it.
No, the deer don't like them either.
They don't, exactly,
no,
right.
The deer don't like it. The insects, now the good ones,
yeah,
the butterflies, things like that.
Oh yeah, all the good pollinators.
All the good pollinators
yes.
will love these. These are the plants you're going to get. You're going to get 3 of them, and they are already very well developed. Okay, I'll hold them in my hand right here. What you want to do when you get these home is get them out of that pot ASAP and put them in a larger pot. You could probably put 2 of them in one pot, or 3 if you have a really big pot, and then you just have a giant lavender bush. But the contrast of color between that purple and that, it's almost a sagey, dusty green,
yeah, like
right?
like a silvery green, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah, really long blooming, right? Exceptional fragrance. You know, the deer don't like it. The pollinators love it.
They're easy to grow.
Super easy. Oh my gosh. Now, again, I always say it, you got to make sure you water, but once these are established, they are totally drought tolerant. So if you need to go away on vacation, right? Or you know, or you want to have a long weekend or something like that, this is a plant that can tolerate not having some water. But let's only do it once we get them established, right? This gives such a nice color complement to almost anything else. So if you picked up that giant hardy hibiscus, for example, how amazing would this look right in front of it? So you're getting those tall purple spikes, not too tall, because nothing can impact, you know, those big beautiful blooms on the hibiscus. But it's just a long-lasting flower, these tall spikes, and the fragrance just cannot be beat. I want one of those candles, by the way. Can I put dibs on it?
Yes, I haven't made them yet.
I got you a banana.
I know you did.
You give me the candle.
You hooked me up. I will return the favor. Honestly, though, if you're not if you don't have a green thumb, you will also love these, because I really. There's times where I haven't been home for a week and I haven't watered it, and they still do okay.
Yeah.
And remember, when it does, you know, if you have a winter time when it dries out, you can dry the plants, and you can make potpourri out of it.
Yeah, well, and you can eat it too.
I know.
Yeah, we used to have a lady, a wonderful lady who was a fabulous cook. She would make like lavender cupcakes that after the show I would be shoveling into my mouth. So anything that you can grow that is natural, that you can eat, that is natural, I highly recommend it. I mean, it's just a great addition to the garden. You are getting all 3 of them. They're gonna come well sealed up, very healthy, fresh. When you get it, which by the way, we'll pull up that map again and show you when you're gonna get it, just take it out of the little plastic wrap that it's in, give it some water, then figure out where you're gonna plant it.
Yeah.
Once you plant it, maybe a container, maybe you just put it right into the ground, just make sure you're watering it. So here we go, here's the calendar. So, I mean, some of you, like right here in
you're
Florida,
down here in Florida, you're gonna get them right away.
you're gonna get them right away,
and then as you move up, if you live sort of in the middle of the country, so if you're in like Chicago area, or if you're in Arizona, or if you're in Colorado, whatever, you'll get them a little bit later. And then if you're way up north, you know, if you're up in Maine, or if you're way up in New Hampshire, or the Dakotas, or wherever, you will get those more like the end of April and early March. But remember, we don't charge you until they ship. One of my favorite things about this, and why I love it in a garden, It's one of the very few flowers that has a really, really deep purple.
Right, you're right.
Because
it's hard
other
to
than
find.
this are lilac, which I love, is one of my favorite.
Petunias, but those are annuals.
Right, and we also love the shape of these, because you always talk about the texture of your garden.
Yes, absolutely. And you want those different textures, right? You want some nice long spikes, right? They're tightly packed and they give so much color impact. Really, these in particular, almost more than any other lavender. And I tell you what, if you want even more blooms, I highly, highly recommend our leaf and petal fertilizer. Remember, they come in pods, so there is no measuring whatsoever. You're just gonna take one of the little pods, you're gonna put it in some water. If we can grab a shot of that, I wanna show you how easy this is. So we're just gonna take one of the pods, right, really easy. And this one, you can either get a pack of 25, or I think you can also get 50.
That is the key.
I think so.
Let me just tell you, I use them every 3 weeks. And by the way, it'll last you a couple seasons.
Oh, sure.
But it makes a huge difference, not only in the color of the foliage, but the blooms that you get, the health of your plant. So dang easy. And if you want to be a gardener, you have to have the right equipment. It's like anything you do. You can't just buy the flowers. You got to get the support. It would be like raising kids without feeding them. All right?
Thank you.
You got to feed them.
Yeah, I'm telling you, you got to water and you have to feed them.
And you don't just give your kids water. You got to give them something to eat.
Yeah, some food,
and they will love that. But look at how pretty. Can you imagine having these in an urn or like on either side of your front door? Every time you open that door, the scent of lavender comes into your house. Or if you've got like a sun porch, or because you could put them indoors or outdoors, as long as they get sun and you water them.
Right.
That aroma. And what I love about lavender too is it's not overpowering. It's very subtle. Like all of a sudden you turn your head and you're like, I smell lavender.
Yep, I know. And really it's one of those fragrances. I mean, there's a reason why they use them in spas all the time. It's a very relaxing fragrance. I mean, it would be inappropriate, but I just want to bury my face right into one of these. I just don't think that would go over well for the viewers.
Yeah.
But once you get it home, I tell you what, you would understand what I'm talking about. So yeah, you're getting all 3 of them. It's a great price. Just think about it. At the end of the season, you're going to have something like this, and it's going to come back year after year, even in the north, because it is cold hardy.
And it's a great color combination to have. If you've got pinks and yellows and all those, it's really, really wonderful.
Yes.
All right, $29.95 is our sale price. Pick it up, and remember, once you pay $7.50 on everything, all your shipping will be free in your garden cart. 899-203. All right, I'm really excited because I have not seen these in person until today. They're called the Petal Phlox.